What is happiness for you? For me, I think back to what I've done. Happiness is a summer day filled with light, the warm sun on my skin, and Florence all around me. I'm sure that if there is a paradise, this is the place that resembles it most. There were friends and family to greet all of us, but our minds were already on the way.
Your mother gave you white arms, now you're warm and black. Little green tomatoes, cause pudding strawberry jam. Choose the perfect taste.
I remember the Apennines, and the rising temperature and the tension that crumbled under the first pedal strokes. I remember the stops and drinking fountains, and the sound of cicadas, and the Po Valley, with its straight roads, blurred by the heat. An oven at 37 degrees in which all of us tested our tenacity and our will, our endurance. At the end of the first day, I enjoyed a nice dinner on the shores of Lake Garda, where every effort made had become heritage and willingness to move forward. I had imagined everything for months, but just this morning I realized for the first time what I'm doing and where I'm heading for. The color filling my eyes is green now. There is already the mountain scent in the air. And without realizing it, I'm at the top of the Brenner Pass, and Austria and Innsbruck's Gate 1 are before me. African heat by day and water bombs at night. Germany has a particular script for us. When I arrived at the second gate of Nuremberg, the running in was finished. The morale was high and my GPS showed 800 kilometers. The Mediterranean Europe seemed a distant memory now. In its place, under my wheels, different colors, scents, and atmospheres, just like all of us, were flowing. I reached Rostock in a rainy morning with falling temperatures and a threatening sky. In front of me there was a ferry and a wholesome scent of the Baltic Sea. I was sitting down and thinking as the seagulls were flying high in the sky. I observed them and I thought that we had to make choices soon. First, on agreeing to get our hands dirty or not. Scandinavia was waiting for us. Muffled noise, zero traffic, and forests as far as the eye can see. Cycling in this place was almost a meditation, a magical place, where nature embraced you and the scent of wood and wet grass filled the lungs. During the day it was continuous dressing and undressing. It was so hard to believe that just a week ago I was cycling where the temperature hit 40 degrees. Finland, it's it's raining every day, and the challenge is to stay dry and warm. At each stop, I took advantage to get dry, wear dry clothes, and cover the kilometers in the most comfortable way. Now, two things can be read on the face of each of us: challenge and resistance. Also because tiredness is our constant companion on the road after 3,000 kilometers. I was fine now, although I felt that my body needed more rest. Endless straight roads, deafening silences, and the sound of the chain running on the pinions, and so many things I thought were disappeared in my mind. When a man cannot speak to anyone, he has to comfort himself. Too much noise and too many things to do at home. On the contrary, here, everything is simple, immediate, and direct. On the sides of the road and just beyond the first trees, there are herds of reindeers observing a human being traveling on a bike, heading to the north. This morning, the sun finally peeped out from behind the clouds, giving things, trees, and the road, and the tiny sleeping villages such strong colours that they seemed to explode. During the morning, we found ourselves in a small service area. A dozen riders of 12 different nations, and all euphoric, perhaps because of the feeling of being so close to the North Cape. The last 30 kilometers were very hard. Maybe because we all pushed ahead, or perhaps because the last few meters are always the hardest. I was lucky though, unlike other riders who arrived in the fog and cold, and I will never forget the indelible image of that purplish, reddish sky. In my heart, there will always remain a night without the darkness and the embrace of arrival. A night full of satisfaction, pride, and an experience that is now a part of me.